This is definitely setting a precedent on the process of impeachment and the legal processes that may follow after. How significant is this for Kenya?
I think this is extremely significant, Fred. Especially, it's quite a nice time to be living in the Republic of Kenya. Many African countries cannot be able to even imagine conversations that are happening in Kenya today. And sometimes such kind of things just stretch us to, one, test our democracy, and two, just test our constitution and how hard it can actually be able to cushion all of us. We are having a conversation in Kenya about deputy president actually being impeached. It is something that is very, very unheard of. Not many African countries, I doubt any, has actually been able to come that far. It just speaks to the question of accountability and how Kenya has moved so far, that at the level of the deputy president, actually, you can actually face an impeachment. You remember, Fred, when we started having this conversation around 2015, 2016, when we started having motions on impeachment of governors, they were very unheard of. We actually thought that there is nothing like that can ever happen. But now we have come so far, and we are talking about a successful impeachment of a deputy president. It speaks to how much accountability the people of Kenya want, and it actually just puts the leaders on toes. And now when you come to the merits and demerits of now the court process, my opinion would be that I think the merit of the impeachment was already done. Because merit of an impeachment is actually a political process.
And I was hoping we would avoid the merits or demerits because the announcement is yet to come.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about is that now, when it comes to the question of the courts, mostly, as I have observed impeachments before, and that's what I'm actually anchoring on, is that the courts have actually talked about matters, processes, and the threshold of public participation. And that's what all of us are now waiting to actually see come out of the courts. Most of the time, when you look at the successful impeachments that have actually been done by nullifications of impeachment that have done by our courts, they have anchored more on the processes. Even when you look at the nullification of the election, the 2017 election, it anchored more on the process. It did not anchor more on the realities of who voted and all that, because most of that are actually political decisions. Okay. So I believe that even as it stands today, we are looking at the courts now giving us clarity in terms of what is the threshold of the process of the impeachment of a deputy president, and looking at also what is this thing about public participation and what is the threshold.
Do you feel that this process, especially on impeachment, either for governors and now even for the deputy president, that in some way it has added value to the positions themselves or to the persons going into such positions? Are they acting different now that we know it's possible to impeach a governor? Now we still do not know if at all it's going to be possible to impeach a deputy president so easily. Do you think it's changed the character or the DNA of that position?
Twofold, Fred, especially when you talk about governors. I think it has put some level of fear and caution in the behavior of the governors. But now the question is it obviously to the benefit of Mwananchi or to the benefit of the people who actually take the process, take care of the process? Because what I feel is that most of the time, especially for the governor's case, it has made it a situation where the governor must be in very good terms with the MCAs. Now, being in very good terms with the MCAs does not necessarily mean service delivery, because sometimes you would be in very good terms with the MCAs, but still at the detriment of the people. So yes, there has been that kind of pause in terms of the character and how governors actually would want to deal with the MCAs, because there is this fear that actually we can actually be able to impeach you. And also you look at sometimes what are the reasons for the impeachment, because sometimes also we have been treated to cases whereby the MCAs have brought a case of impeachment to the... But when you look at the threshold, sometimes it's purely personal vendetta. Sometimes it's because of the grandstanding that the governor would be having that is pro-people, but not necessarily pro-politics. And that would be able to put us in such quagmire. You remember the case of the former Makueni governor, I think, where there was quite such kind of a stalemate. So yes, impeachment can be able to help us have better governance, but we must not also just anchor on it alone. And also we must be able to be keen on the person who is doing the impeachment, so that they also do not execute it as a malicious tool to be able to hoodwink or bend the arm of the person who might actually be doing the right thing.
In the case of a deputy president, it's a tool that will be used going forward. That yes, you may be running mate, but yes, you're not guaranteed. We could still impeach you anywhere, at any time.
It is not necessarily about we can impeach you at any time, Fred, but it also just speaks to the political reality of who is a deputy president. Because remember, we also had a deputy president who is now president, who more or less also had a fallout before, but this was not able to be done. So it speaks to the political reality that as a deputy president, number one, you're a politician, you must keep your numbers. At no point should you be able to lose guard and lose your numbers. So you must be able to be in good terms with both the parliament and the Senate. So it actually speaks to the political reality that, yes, as you come in as deputy, always know that you are a politician first, and your numbers must be able to be intact.
Pima wait kwanza. All right, we're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll continue looking at this, especially the political future of Rigathi Gachagua, whichever way this case goes.